fire.
Oh my god.
Hollows gon' fly, it's a homicide. Mama's gon' cry, sing a lullaby. It's all about us, never about I. It's all about trust, never about lies. Hollows gon' fly, it's a homicide. Mama's gon' cry, sing a lullaby. It's all about us, never about I. It's all about Ichima. Hollows gon' fly, it's a homicide. Mama's gon' cry, sing a lullaby. It's all about us, never about I. It's all about trust, never about lies. Hollows gon' fly, it's a homicide. Mama's gon' cry, sing a lullaby. It's all about us, never about I. It's all about trust, never about lies. On the water squat, your turning moment count. Strap. Oh, ninjas go round. On the water squat, your turning moment count. Oh, ninjas go round.
I saw him. He goes behind the shield, but he pushed up.
What's going on, serious crew? We back at it again with the very last finals with Boise State University's versus Team Sanity A. And I'd like to go ahead and do a major shout out again to all the Team Serious administration and moderation teams. Major shout out, major love. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for everything you do. Without you guys, this events wouldn't happen. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for all the positivities that you relay within our chats. Major shout out for today's tournament sponsor, Gamer Grind, ! Gamer Grind in the chat. Order your cup of Joe today. My favorite type is Kill Streak. Check them out with our partner link and order your coffee today. With that being said, we're going into the finals. Best of 3, BSU versus Team Sanity A. Let's go ahead and go in the chat. Ensure they're ready. And today, casting with me at the finals, we have Assassin, we have Taz, and we have Fuse ready to available. You will hear everybody commentate, address issues as we go. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for this very, very smooth tournament streams and everything in between. I appreciate y'all being here, and for that, we're starting the match. Let's get the games going. Going early on, Assassin, tell me who your preferred win, or who do you think is going to take the win tonight?
So, by seeing how Sanity has been playing all tonight, they've been going almost like 6-0 each time, flawless, almost having all their members alive. So I'm kind of leaning towards Sanity, but I'm not going to sell BSU short. I believe they can play really, really well against this team.
And it looks like we lost some communication there from the tower. Not to fret. We'll see if we'll get the feed back in. Give us a minute to figure out these troubleshooting steps. We have some technical difficulties within our software. Not to worry. I'm the only one that can be heard at this very moment. We're gonna go ahead and try to adjust the voice communications while we bear with us. Give us a second to refigure out the voice communication as we lost it. We're gonna continue playing this, and I'm gonna go in a complete mute for a little bit until we figure this out.
Connected. Channel switched.
Sorry for that, folks. We lost some signal there with the voice communication we were using. We are back in a voice chat with the casters Taz, Fuse, and Assassin. Go ahead, Assassin. You were saying who was your preferred to win the game? Moving on to Fuse. Who do you think should probably take the gold, take the win home?
Testing.
I think BSU has a good chance. I'm not sure about Sanity. I haven't really seen them. And it seems that there is huge lag issues. People are flying around and rubber banding. I'm not sure about this.
User was moved out of your channel.
Is it just your game?
I don't see any lag in my game.
On my screen, everything's like haywire. And people rubber banding and going all over the place.
That's all right. So, anyways, what were you saying about the teams?
I was saying that BSU is really good, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen Team Sanity play. From what I heard, the 6-0 thing, they have a really good chance of winning. Probably unscathed. And since this is the finals, it's the best of 3, right?
Correct. What was your detailed message there, Assassin? You keep cutting in and out. I think we're able to finally get you back in. What were you saying?
So as I'm gonna say that Team Sanity, you know, they have been going 6-0 and they've been flawless all around. I'm expecting a great hard match against BSU, and I wouldn't sell BSU short because I've seen them play around in the first rounds and they were just amazing. So I'm expecting a really good hard match tonight against these two teams, and I'm more leaning towards Sanity than I am BSU.
Taz, what do you think is going to happen tonight, this evening? Who is your preferred to win? What do you think is going on?
I kind of agree with Assassin here. We've seen Team Sanity play twice now tonight, and they've been flawless both rounds, just like Assassin mentioned. Now, I haven't seen too much of BSU. I'm hoping they'll be the match that we're looking for against Team Sanity A, because it's just been such an easy ride so far for them. So I'm hoping BSU can give them that challenge that I'm really looking forward to see.
That being said, take it over. Assassin, what do you think the blue team is doing right? What do you think the orange team is doing right or wrong?
So it seems out that the Montane is being able to push in and be able to distract the Jaeger as the IQ was getting tagged and taking out, I believe, the Valkyrie or the Omai. I'm not 100% sure on who she took it out, but it looks like they took down the site with 39 seconds left to go. They only have to worry about the Jaeger. If they can go down for a plant at least while the Montane guarding, then we can see a first round. There we go. IQ takes out the last player.
BSU has secured the attacking round. It is seen that IQ was just holding the angle while Montaigne was able to plant successfully. Now, it just kind of fell apart as soon as they got onto site, didn't it?
I would believe so. Coordination between the teams is looking pretty great, but at the same time, some of the flanks that were going on in sight was able to take out most of the attackers, maybe even first floor and on basement.
once again with the Montaigne pick, I believe they're going to do quite the same strat, and it seems that Sanity will try to do it again. They believe in themselves and they feel like they can do it again. Though if they fail, it's no shame in choosing a different site. This could be a bit tricky, and you do not want to repeat yourself because you will become more predictable.
What
Any
about
thoughts?
the picks right now on the defending team and their operators' choice of operators on this map? What is the overall analysis there?
I
Oh.
feel
Go ahead.
I feel that Valk is a good pick on this map, especially in areas where there can be sneaky to put the ear cams that can view onto the whole site, onto other sites, and it just gives an advantage to the defenders. And with Jaeger and Cade, especially on this map and this site, Cade is able to get the hatches and probably sit there to nitro tricking if a thermite decides to place it down, if they've taken out the electro claw. What do you think, Assassin?
So as you're saying with the nitro tricking, that's if the team decides to use the hatch and be able to blow a hole in the floor slash ceiling, and be able to use it to the advantage of throwing an impact or a nitro out of the ceiling on top of to a I believe a table where it blows up the thermite charge. With the Jaeger pick, I love it because of how they can hold blue. So when somebody tries to nade into blue, it will be able to be taken out. With the Cade pick, of course, it's always a nice pick to have to be able to electrify your hatches or in dirt if you choose so. And the Vigil pick is one of the best picks you can do for right now. It also halts the attackers from knowing where Vigil is due to his ability, and it also gives someone to roam above.
It also creates a sense of paranoia because it's that feeling of uncertainty that leaves the attackers to questioning their own wits, saying, is he upstairs, is he downstairs, is he in basement? Because this effect goes for most of the floors, and you can see that the Nomad takes out the Valkyrie camera because of a bad placement. You always have to make sure that your cameras are out of sight, out of mind kind of situation, kind of thing. You don't want them out in the middle where everyone could see it in plain sight because you will get it taken out, and there you go, lost some intel. What do you think, Taz?
Yeah, as someone who plays Valkyrie quite often, I definitely agree with that. The more visible they are, the easier obviously it is for the other team to catch them and shoot them out. So you really want to look for kind of prime areas where they're also kind of concealed, which is pretty difficult. But if you can manage that, you'll definitely have great intel going forward in the round.
And it seems that the teams are quite even, with the Vigil going not very well, and everyone's taking a very slow approach. But I think they could make this count. They're slowly going onto the side, and the Nomad gets taken out.
Seems like that first floor Vigil roaming was gonna pay off soon. Therma's gonna shoot random sprays into blue while trying to also get a pat down behind the desk or bar, if you want to call it. Monte will cover him while as the others will rush down to the site to see if they can get a couple angles off so they can take out the Vigil, who is very low at the moment. Maybe Vigil can take this and make it a win, but at the same time, Diffuser is ticking down while the attackers are holding them great angles.
It seems Vigil has no chance of winning this if he can't clutch the 4v1. If he does, he has to defuse. But it seems that BSU has secured the win and maybe going on to a win streak. Seems Team Sanity is going to lose their 6-0 win streak, and we'll just see maybe BSU as the winner. I've seen in the comments that people are thinking Sanity will win. It sees that Montaigne is kind of like stopping Vigil from rotating into the site.
So that's very unlucky play right there. Montaigne was able to stop the Vigil from moving any closer into the site. Unfortunately, he ran out of time when I would think of trying to rotate, but at the same time, there's so many people covering so many angles. I would rather save my KD in a sense that we would keep track of it. But times like these, I would at least have tried to rotate.
Microphone activated.
I think rotation is key, and a lot of factors coming back to communication, strong communication, and strong knowledge of the map. As soon as a certain situation arises, you're able to react in a timely manner, and that's based on a lot of practice and like I said earlier, map knowledge. And that's those type of things, those little where people kind of like sit there and work more on their KD when they need to be working more on strategy and more map knowledge, can definitely sway a match one way or the other.
I'm going to give a heads up. Discord is now running again. Everybody will be able to see the stream in there.
Microphone muted. Microphone activated.
I'll be fine with that.
Yeah.
Microphone muted. User disconnected from your channel.
Testing. 1 2 3 1 2 3.
User disconnected from your channel.
This is working.
Yeah.
Alright, so what are we saying now?
I believe it's going to be a CCTV hold with maybe even a bandit trigger. I'm not 100% sure, but not BSU, sorry. Sanity was very good at that when going against other opponents. Very talented at what he can do and how he times his bandit tricking.
So Assassin, we watched Team Sanity pretty much destroy every team that they've come across. What's going wrong with them early this round?
Well, I feel like that the sense of being able to hold these sites how they usually do it might have thrown them off. So they felt like, hey, maybe we can do it the same way we've always been doing it. But at the same time, I've seen people come in and say, hey, just checking out the competition and stuff like that. So when a enemy player is looking and researching about you, they can learn about a couple of your tactics. So I feel like during that 30-minute time or so, somebody was researching about each other and trying to figure out like how do they play. So I feel like BSU did a little bit of the homework. He was able to find out some. This is all theory. Some of Sanity's gameplay.
I saw that the IQ was using her gadget to spot an enemy on their phone. They could have taken the chance and started shooting, but it seems that they're waiting, and Kurlock was able to get that vertical play, but wasn't able to find the enemy they're searching for. Montaigne is currently preoccupied with the dock on rafters. What do you guys think?
So as I'm seeing this Montaigne play and trying to push in, the Echo is also giving a lot of trouble to the Montaigne by making him, I would say, retract his shield. Due to the effect that the Echo drone will go on to you. I forgot what it exactly does, but it shoots like sound wave or something like with wind. I'm not 100% sure, some people can correct me on that. But it basically disables you from doing something, and it makes you very nauseous, I would say.
Disoriented. But it seems that Team Sanity is coming back with a 4-3. They're pushing near site with BSU trying to get the diffuser onto site, going into garage. Gridlock watching this site near rafters, seeing if anyone can push by. They're gonna watch the diffuser. The Ash and Montaigne are pushing up. Montaigne going first. I feel like they're trying to secure this thing, even though this might not be in their favor. And the Ash takes out the Echo drone to ensure that they're going to plant. Nato, what is your take on this?
I think they are both playing their cards just right. I think they're not doing a full 100 full throttle type of approach. I think they're trying to fill each other out, whether they've seen each other play or not, or maybe just based on experience on what they've seen people do in this map and where the locations of the bomb site are. I think that sometimes a more cautious approach is viable to try to provide your team with intel, which is very crucial, especially as fast as you can find it, as fast as you can dish it out, as fast as people can do simple things like rotating. It looks like BSU is doing a fantastic job, but don't sell is it Sanity?
Yeah, Team Sanity.
Team Sanity short on what they're doing, what they're projecting, what they're doing, what they're pushing, because they're just right behind them. I mean, anything can literally change the direction of this overall match. Now, granted, this is best 2 out of 3. Maybe they're trying to feel the first map out. Maybe they're trying to see what type of skill the other teams have, and that's why they're doing this cautious approach. But it's up in the air. Maybe they're just gathering intel for all we know.
And I would like to say, because of last round, the attackers were planting, but it seems that the time ran out, giving the defenders a free round, a freebie, even though the attackers could probably run. But nice defending on their part. They were able to stall the time enough for it, for them to win. Let's see if they could do church again. If not, they might want to go to the second floor. What do you think, Taz?
I think that last round, winning that last round, despite how it happened, I hope that helps them gain some momentum, and maybe they'll go into this round with a little bit more confidence and be able to pull out a troop.
It seems that the Cade is getting ready for a nitro trick. He has set up the holes to where he can throw it, and all the charges or the exothermal charge will get destroyed. And I feel like this could be a good advantage, especially if you're using impacts. You can waste both of thermite charges, and you don't have to really worry about him opening up lots of sites. What do you think, Assassin?
So, what was your question again?
How do you feel about impact tricking and nitro tricking?
It comes down to the impact tricking and nitro tricking. To me, I don't personally use it, but when it does come to team effort, I feel like it's a great ability to have. When it comes down to taking down the hatches, destroying attackers, not really breach charges, but like hard breaches. It's very useful, and it denies the push into the sites. So I'm all for it, but when it comes down to it, I don't really use it myself.
And it seems that Monte is pushing downstairs while the Goyo is watching the hatch, slipping in between. Rotating, he sees the drone, tries to take it out. I guess fails. I can see that. He repairs a nitro cell. Something that you rarely see, because nitro cells have a sound cue that you hear when you throw and when it stays on one place. Usually people put nitro cells under floors, because under the floor, when you're standing on top of something, you can't hear that sound cue. It's part of the game engine, and it's just one of those things that you have to deal with. But BSU will get the plant with a 5v2. Assassin, what do you think that defenders are doing wrong right here?
I was expecting that I believe it was the Cade who got knocked through the wall by the thermite to play a little bit better. His aim was a little bit off, but at the same time, he wasn't really expecting the push right there. The Echo didn't really have any idea where the thermite was also pushing, so he looked to the left instead of the right. I feel like team coordination was a little off right there, and I don't think they were expecting such a thing coming from BSU.
And with that, I feel that BSU is coming on and may win the first match of the game out of 3. Who knows? Probably with the Echo, they might take out the Monty, or at least concuss him a bit. But probably definitely next round they're going to ban Monty, target ban probably, because of his use on this team. It seems that this team's well coordinated with using this operator. What do you think, Taz?
Honestly, I'm not really familiar with the newer operators. I have a question though. What's Gridlock's main skill?
Luck's ability is to throw her track stingers. Her track stingers are this bundle that she throws, and it has 16 stingers. It's these track pads that have spikes on them.
Oh, I see.
They do damage over time. If you step on it, gives you initial damage, and it keeps on constantly giving you damage. But you have to shoot it, which could create a sound cue, and there's a sound cue when someone steps in it, especially because they grunt. And it helps when you're trying to secure a defuse, because you'll put it on the diffuser or on the rotates, and it'll stop people from going there, and it causes distractions because they'll start having to shoot it. And it's just a good operator for pushes, sometimes for rushes. It's a good operator to have in your arsenal, but it seems that the BSU has it in the bag this one. What do you think?
I think BSU this first match is definitely showing a lot of their experience, a lot of their cautious play, a lot of listening and seeing and waiting. I think that it's proving that their experience might be slightly different than that of Sanity. But with that being said, I never sell anybody short. I just, from what my initial thought right now is that these guys are well prepared on everything they do, and well versed and well communicated.
IQ will get the headshot with the cover of Montaigne. They're pushing through, trying to find a way, or trying to stop any more roamers on the first floor. Seems that they're cornering one near strip, and we'll probably be able to take him down. Everyone seems to be in the kitchen, especially Jackal, and what I think to be Thermite blocking off a rotation. Montaigne is probably waiting for a roamer, or is waiting for any information to be relayed to him, and everyone seems to be cornering the strip. And Jackal will get the scan, and they find that Jaeger is in the strip. They're rotating towards him, cornering him, and Jaeger will meet his demise. And it seems, I think, that Jaeger would have to run out if he wants to stay alive.
Yeah, he's really staying there.
To say that this Jaeger isn't also running out time, just by the attackers trying to destroy this roamer. It just also happens to be that they're wasting time trying to get him down.
Thermite near bomb site is going for the same plant, but he's shooting at the bullet holes that he made earlier for his bullet hole angle. Maybe. Oh, Cade goes down with Thermite pre-fires. Now he's starting to plant, fake plants, shoots the wall, and he sees that Doc's in the room with him. Someone dives to Jaeger as Jackal and Thermite get kills back to back. It is now just Echo alone while the plant goes down. Echo drone hits him. He's probably gonna hit him again. Exactly. IQ could take it out as Echo comes in to go through church, tries to wall bang Thermite, and will be taken out by the Jackal.
This definitely feels like a different match than we've seen Team Sanity play, and that could very well be due to the fact that BSU is the first team they've played that really has a lot of experience playing together and playing at what appears to be a higher level. So it's interesting to see Team Sanity A struggling now when we've seen them dominating up until this point.
And you bring up a valid point there. It could be a multitude of different things. It could be that Team Sanity is playing with perhaps some subs. Maybe this isn't their stronger map. Maybe these placements are being countered what they know that they do in practice, right? They realize that BSU might come with a level of degree of experience or maybe know-how when it comes to attacking some of these bomb sites.
And I think it'll be very important for Team Sanity at this point to not get too down on themselves and count themselves out. It is, whether it's 4-1 or not, they do still have a chance to come back in and get the wins and win the match. So I'm hoping they're not too hard on themselves right now on their performance in this.
It seems that Jay Skrillin in the comments has pointed out something that is really kind of a no-brainer when you're going against a Monty. He's pointing out that they need to go trap operators, especially if they don't ban them next game, because of their Monty, I would say, main. They're not going trap operators. Someone like Legion could cause the Monty, especially if he's in a pickle, if he's in a hard place, could cause him to take his shield down and try to take out the Legion mine. Someone like Ella can concuss him, same as Echo, but none of them are doing that, and none of them are going to trap operators. It seems that they're still trying to see if they can win without using them. But I see, and I like this mirror play right here.
Come off of what you said, you didn't see the bans have already been placed where they have banned Legion and they have banned Smoke. Smoke would have been vital to be able to take away those rushes and those final last-minute pushes, plus to also stop them on taking his tracks. A Legion ban was pretty much common nowadays because of, it's annoying to handle with his goos. Personally, I don't really like Legion, but he's fun to play myself. But with those bans coming into play, it's really hard to stop attackers without a Smoke player or to annoy them with a Legion player.
And it seems all the defenders are having a tight angle that they're seeing, and I think Pulse will get a nitro kill. He's observing the kitchen, and right here he has two people in the same place. He could pull it. He had the time. Someone is staying in the same place, and he'll probably be able to. He's looking because it seems that they're trying to take out the with the angle. Cade was able to take out Ash, dropping from the hatch, and it seems that BSU is securing this game. They don't want any rounds going back to Team Sanity. They have 2 more rounds, and they're taking advantage of it. And Pulse might be taken out here. He's really close to the operator near him, and he might throw the nitro cell. He might not, and he might be rushed. What do you think, Taz?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I don't know really what Team Sanity is currently doing. I'm not sure they have a real tactic here going into this round. Seems they're playing very cautious, and that may be a good thing to an extent because BSU is seems like such a superior team, but I think being down 4-1, they kind of need to go for it and really try to build together a rush to at the very least, try to plant the diffuser.
Scrolling again makes a very compelling comment by saying that this team needs to adapt on the fly to get most of it, to secure most of its wins, and it seems that Team Sanity hasn't been doing that. That's why they've been able to BSU has been able to take the wins, and
looks like we've got a plant.
Yeah, Team Sanity able to get the plant. Wood Castle's the last one. It seems that they might make a comeback, but this might be just one round. Who knows? Will Castle be able to clutch this? Assassin, what do you think Sanity is doing wrong and right here?
So, as I see it, that they're not really well adjusted to these pushes. They're not thinking about the possibility. Hey, what happens here? What happens there? What happens here? They're not being able to predict or be able to see what's going to happen as soon as this happens. So when Thermite starts opening up those walls, like expect to what size he can come through and predict where Thermite might move due to how you've seen his gameplay already.
Yeah, and I think you make a very important point. They need to start thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead because just kind of going as is, they're never going to get ahead of BSU. BSU always seems to be 2 steps ahead of Team Sanity.
And like Jay Scrowan once again said, Sanity probably needs to stop playing basement. It may be a comfortable site for this team, but it's not getting them wins. It's not doing anything for them. And the first or second floor is a lot easier, or probably be a lot easier to defend for them. Especially for me, I personally like the CCTV room. I find it easy to defend, and I love playing in construction on that site. What do you think, Taz? I
haven't actually played this map too often. I'm more of a defender than an attacker, personally. I never do well on attacking somehow. But yeah, I think the most important thing, especially in Siege, is never do the same thing over and over. Because especially when you're playing against a high caliber team, they're going to adapt on the fly, just like Jay Skrillin mentioned. Adapting on the fly is very important. So sometimes you do have to keep changing your tactics just to keep them on their toes and really be able to get something done. BSU knows they're playing that basement game, so maybe change it up this time. Maybe that'll be the trigger you need to keep the momentum flowing.
I think a lot of that same going back to where you're don't try to be repetitive on a lot of things. I think a lot of people or a lot of teams practice possibly the same location, and that kind of tries to lock themselves down to what they know and what they recognize. But in my personal opinion, defending is actually harder because you're spreading your team too thin, and which could allow for you to be picked off very easily. If you're gonna do the same thing over and over and over, you need to be able to adjust to scenarios pretty quick. You can't just rely on the same old, I'm just gonna, duck, go left, and then shoot, and hopefully, hope for the best. When you know that rounds are coming from the northeast or maybe even coming from the southwest, what are you going to do with that information? How are you going to relay it back to your team? And how are you going to end up putting that, W on your scoreboard?
One thing that is a good operator to go, especially here, is Fuse. With Fuse, he will be able to take out the electric claw in many of the utility. He will also, if he places his cluster charge in the right place and they plant, he can wait for someone to come, try to defuse the bomb, and activate the charge, creating a sense of panic when the defender realizes what they just walked into. And Jay Skrillin pointed out something again with the first round. Because they went basement, Monty had a huge advantage on them because it was a tight corridor, tight spaces. It is a big mistake. They could not handle it. But it seems that Team Sanity is pulling through again. They're doing better on attacking. They might secure another win, and probably after another round or so. Never mind. BSU. Castle with the clutch. The Nitro Cell kill. BSU came in, and this is match point round.
Wow.
I always say the same thing. Don't ever sell yourself short. But with that being said, don't ever be overconfident. Any given time, everything could sway. It might have felt like they were doing the right thing the whole time, and something disrupted that, right? Something disrupts something in your life. Unless you can hurry up and pick yourself back up and readjust, you're gonna keep running into the same thing. They feel that the location that they have might be safe, but then they're starting to realize that the team that they're going against is very strong attacking that same safe space you feel.
Let's quickly point out, while BSU is pretty much dominating this match, it is a best of 3 scenario. So maybe Team Sanity is kind of feeling them out. Maybe this is a wash of a match, to be fair, and maybe they'll come back next match and really take off.
Maybe Sanity will pull a ghost and try to make it 5-4, 5-3. We'll try to
Maybe.
pull that clutch. We'll try be the underdogs in the story, but I feel that they have no chance because BSU is coming up, trying to take their winning streak away 6-0, and I think Team Sanity's found their match. They found a team that's maybe better or on par with them, and probably with that, because of the 2 games they did destroying people, it caught them off guard. What do you think, Assassin?
So as you were saying, they probably got cut off guard or anything. Either that or this map, as it seems, we've seen them play this map before, and they were pretty great on it. But I feel like BSU is also very comfortable on this map, so that it also left them in a great, I would say, advantage due to how comfortable they are with it and how easily they can maneuver around the map. So I feel. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I feel like BSU is indefinitely going to win this map unless Sanity has something up their sleeve.
And like Jay Skrillin said, that this is the time, especially because this is match point, to pull out all your skill, to stop playing around, go full at it, especially because they have a gridlock now. They just gotta go in very smoothly, plant, and they can take all the rotates out of here if they plant in CCTV.
At this point, they lose nothing by just going all out and really trying hard for a push. They're down 5-2. They've got to change it up. They've got to do something to throw BSU off.
And it seems like Jay Skrillin has some other advice to speaking wisdom over here. He's saying he says no more mistakes and everyone has to be at 110%. I agree with that. If they want to win this, if they want to change this, they have to play 110%. They have to do no mistakes, which is not happening right now, as Sophie just jumped first, full head and everything, just straight up jumped in there, and Cade was able to get the pick off the unexpected Sophia. Assassin, do you think they can salvage this round?
There's always a chance for anything, man. As I see it, this Blackbeard could do amazing things with his rifle shield. It's possible that he could obviously take over the round, but with 35 seconds to go, I don't know if he can pick off every single opponent.
It seems he's stalling. Maybe he could just play time and end it, but I don't really see this Blackbeard clutching the 3v1, as I say, as Doc takes him out when he's jumping into rafters. That's a good round.
Hey, and
Good.
you never know. Next match, they may choose to ban Mon, especially since they had so many difficulties with him.
Assassin, what is the next? Is it a different map or is it the same map?
I'm going to check that real quick.
That puts one score, a best 2 out of 3. BSU taking the first round of 3. Please give us a second to go into a be right back screen. Stay tuned while we get the next match and the next round ready to be set up. We'll take a quick 5-minute break while we adjust the teams, rehost the lobby. Stay tuned. are back. We are waiting on the teams to finish joining the recreated session. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties. Pardon that mistake, but we're back. Here casting with Assassin, Silent Taz, and Fuse. We've been discussing round one overall analysis. BSU definitely took that win. What do you think Team Sanity has been doing right, or what do you think they've been doing wrong? And then turn around and say what BSU's been doing right and what they need to continue doing right, or what they need, or what you saw them do wrong earlier on in the game. When I'll start off with Assassin.
So early on when I saw BSU playing, they were playing really great with that Monty, being able to pinpoint certain enemy operators and being able to just halt the defenders completely. I feel like Team Sanity should be able to come back stronger with each time they see a flaw in their system, but it just didn't happen. They at least got I think 1 or 2 rounds off, and they were able to at least give back a fight. Hopefully in this next map they'll play even stronger, knowing how their opponents think and act, and be able to play either get the map win or being able to at least tie or get something out of it. I'd like to see this team progress even more, even though they decided to go to the same site more than once when they know, hey, let's go try something different. Let's see how they would react to this and that and this and that. BSU was flawless in their planning and their attacking. Even though some of them did get picked off, they were just overall amazing off the board.
Looks like we have a little bit of a stall in the game while Team Sanity picks up on their 5th player. Go ahead and go with the analysis by Fuse. Let us know what you thought that Sanity did right, what they did wrong, what BSU did right, what they did wrong.
I felt like one huge thing that they did bad or wrong. I wouldn't say that Sanity is bad. It's just they noticed that BSU constantly went Monty, and one thing to counter Monty is by going those trap operators. Like I said, and Jay Skrillin said earlier, you need someone like Capcan, you need someone like Frost, you need someone like Ella, you need someone like Echo, traps, and just ways to concuss him, just ways to stall him would be a good thing to do, especially if you notice they're rushing in a certain area. You use someone like Goyo. Goyo would be able to stop the rotate, stop the progression, and honestly be able to throw off the attackers, throw off their flow, because at round after round they did the same location. They did the same bomb site, which did not help them. It went against them, and it was a disadvantage to them, especially because of the Monty in the tight area, especially with planting, especially with like just leaving it cut them off, and they just went together. They were so methodical when they were thinking of what they were doing. They used the Monty to their advantage, and they used him as what he is, a shield. They they would they would hide behind him, and they would push with him, not in front of him, not fast enough. And even though playing Monty doesn't get you kills, playing Monty can lead to your team getting the win. It could lead to you being essential. It could help the round. It could win the round. That's what they did. They risked. They threw away their kills. They threw away their KD. They sacrificed it for the win. If this was a ranked match, even though he didn't get kills, he did save the day. Taz, how do you feel?
I feel in this match, one thing Team Sanity is really going to need to do to win against BSU is just like Jay Skrillin mentioned, adapting on the fly. Playing the same game over and over again is never going to work against a skilled team. They really need to focus on BSU's strengths and weaknesses and really take advantage of those. And I really hope they learn their lessons from the first match, and they've taken notes and bringing it into this match.
I expect a Montaigne ban, even though Montaigne, I personally think Montaigne wouldn't be used here unless on the specific sites of Armory and maybe Tellers. But because of the tight spaces they're in, the other sites are way too open to use him. But I believe that they would go on better bans than what they did. Probably a Thatcher ban, probably a Thermite ban to stop hard breaching, than a Montaigne ban because Montaigne, I just don't see him being used on that map. And it's because they kept on going basement though, because basement was the only like one of the only sites that's cramped. They could have gone first floor. First floor so open, too open to have a Monty. Uh, and not so. What if they don't get a sub? Uh, would it be a 5v4 or would Team Sanity be disqualified?
We are waiting on those responses from the administrators that are in charge of the tournament. Stay tuned. We are in a different scene right now. Don't forget, go ahead and plug in our sponsor for the event, Gamer Grind. Get your coffee if you are a coffee lover like I am. Order your coffee today. Use our partner link, exclamation mark Gamer Grind in the chat. Go ahead and buy some coffee using our Team Serious partnered link. It looks like they were able to get their fifth inside the game from Team Sanity as we waited for their sub. Where they're waiting for them to join the Discord, and we will commence the next round best 2 of 3 in the finals 5v5 Team Serious Rainbow Six Siege tournament. Assassin, what do you think BSU needs to do to take it all the way home?
Well, I would say staying unpredictable by the enemy would bring it all the way home. Uh, just knowing everything, and it looks like this BSU team will be like almost an expert on all the maps they know and how they would approach it. So I believe that if they really want to take it home, just stay unpredictable. Don't let the team notice what you're doing. Don't let them try to see through your plan or anything like that.
I feel that since they've had this time to regroup, recover, maybe Team Sanity has a strategy because it seems that they get to choose who to ban on defense, who to ban on attack. They might choose to ban Monty, especially now. I definitely would when I've noticed that there's a Monty main on the other team, but because of this different map, maybe they might have some things up their sleeves. But I know BSU has something because they just got out of playing this map last game, and
There it
there we
is.
go, the Monty ban.
Just as predicted.
Behold. There's a heart in chat by Fox. Yikes. And what would be surprising is if they would have used Monty at all. What if they would just bamboozle them and be like, ha, no one uses Monty on this map. But Assassin, what do you think?
That Monty ban will also open up a lot of ideas to the attacking team.
Especially because of Jackal.
Especially because of Jackal. The Jackal is always open to play, and that's what I like about higher tier games. Due to that, so many people on like silver, gold, and even bronze, they decide to ban Jackal, never give him a chance. But as higher as you get, the more bans that you see are becoming more sophisticated, like a Legion ban or maybe even an Echo. Well, Echo ban's more default, but a Montaigne ban is kind of common. and maybe even banning like a Cade or a Nomad or even a Buck. Those are more sophisticated bans.
I would say a Nomad is a good band because of her air jabs, the getting rid of rotates, giving a huge down Q and leaving the defender disorientated and unable to get up in time unless the Nomad is far and was just there for stalling. But I feel that this one would give Sanity a run for their money, especially because BSU got off of this one, and they might do a lot of vertical play, especially because of their game against Ghost. What do you think, Natsa?
I think they need to play it smart, and that is a multiple highway type of scenario. They need to listen to each other. They need to communicate with each other. They need to adjust fire quickly. They need to rotate quickly. They need to figure out what works best for them. And the only thing I can say is practice, 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 because not one thing will lead you to victory. Just because you have a high KD but don't know how to rotate or don't know how to communicate doesn't mean that you're a overall good player or best player or top player. I think that coming into this game, as we seen BSU be very, very strong last round, they puts their match for the first round 1 win already, best 2 out of 3 on this final. I think they need to step it up. I think they need to communicate, and go ahead and tie this game 1-1. Major shout out to Team Sanity for being part of the finale. Same thing with BSU. These teams are doing great things.
Major shout out to all the moderators in chat who are keeping this toxic free and just being great, just great in general. And Vigil in the corner being spotted and turning on his ability, trying to stay invisible, but they already know he's there. There's no point in hiding. Trying to get the pick, Nomad goes and tries to peek into the hallway. What do you think, Natsu?
I think that what they're doing is what I was saying earlier, is doing this more of a cautious, like let me put 1 foot in but have 1 foot out type of approach. Shoot, make some noise somewhere, figure out their reaction. Are they panicking? Are they cross communicating with the other team? Can I do vertical drops? Can I do vertical kills? Can I do kill holes? Can I just sit there and wait? I think they need to do all the above. Not one thing is the right answer. You know, you don't want to go full metal, full throttle in and not know any information about going in, and then all you do is end up, giving the win to your enemy.
Yeah, I think making a lot of noise in a completely different area would definitely help in this case. BSU is so used to the same tactics as Team Sanity, so they may actually fall into that trap where if one player on Team Sanity makes a bunch of noise, that may work in their advantage.
It seems that Team Sanity is bouncing back with the 1v3. Echo last, diffuser's down, and it seems like the team is watching, baiting, may be able to get it, but Nomad comes and picks it up, gets taken out by the Echo. Same thing with Jackal. It is now a 1v1. Will BSU clutch it, or will Team Sanity finally get it? A win to all this madness, and Team Sanity gets the win.
I love a good 1v1 situation.
And Tombstone couldn't have said it better. He said someone learned their lesson.
One of the biggest thing that I keep saying is maybe the last map was not a strong map for that team. But a lot of players that have never even played it, or maybe have played it, understand and can connect when I say sometimes this just isn't our map. Or sometimes, you know what, I might not be that great of a defender, but shoot, watch me attack. And vice versa. I was always a better defender, a better operator on the defending side than I ever was on attacking. I can sit there and listen and communicate and wait essentially, and rotate when I'm defending, but I can't do the same when attacking, mainly due to the fact that everybody has a different play style. What I think works against a different team, here comes a other team that's well versed, well experienced, and there's some certain things that I didn't understand variable wise. That, well, you can pull a kill hole here, you can blow this wall right here, and you just expose the hole outside, and you just sit there and wait till they hit the corner and you're dead.
And it seems that they were doing some vertical play, Team Sanity, that was helping a lot. Well, not as a lot, but it was helping. They were taking out bandits. They were taking out utility, but in the end, they managed to secure the round. And maybe it just wasn't their game. It just wasn't their time. And now is their time to shine, to show that they can do it. They have a chance. That BSU is not gonna take them. But how do you feel about the map, Assassin?
So I'm going to add this is that both teams have had time on this map today. And just to say that Sanity had played very, very well on this map. They had very good vertical play, they got many plants down and were able to hold it tight. So with their knowledge of this map already being played today and they see what worked and what didn't, they could always be able to use those methods that they had and improve them far greater than they ever thought they could.
And it seems that Jackal has drawn out the vigil that is hiding in your bathroom, going into the lobby back hall area, trying to probably get off the sneaky pit, hiding in near bathroom or in bathroom. Jackal's being cautious of what he's doing, and him and IQ seemingly are trying to rotate, go to the stairs, and are able to take out the Jaeger, knowing that someone's there. The Jackal keeps on pushing on.
Sanity's playing very patiently right now, and that seems to be the best tactic.
Yes, so it seems, but they're not able to go in right now without hurting themselves because of the electrified barbed wire by Kate's electric claw. They're trying to find where it is and maybe take it out. With IQ, she can go under and possibly take it out for them, which would save the hassle and some time. That will let them go in and plant. I like the odds right now because of Team Sanity 5-3. 4-3 now because Nomad just got taken out by Code. What do you think, Nomad?
I definitely think that the tides have turned on this one. I believe that the full moon is out, because Team Sanity is almost 360 all the way around, compared to the last match. It seems like they're dominating this round. It looks like they everything we've spoken about has turned full 360. It looks like they've woken up. Maybe that was a warm-up. Maybe they were trying to get intel on their opponent, or maybe this is their map. Maybe this is their side. They love attacking. You mentioned earlier, Assassin, that on this map they've showed that they know what they're doing, that they've shown that they can win a match. So I think all that is playing into factor. BSU is definitely taking a back foot or backpedaling on this map, as I'm not seeing that same extraordinary gameplay that I was seeing on the previous map.
And it seems after the Echo did a flick after taking out the IQ, he was able to trade with the Jackal. Although he was downed, it still meant a secured win for the attacking team. What do you think they could do better on their defense, Taz?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Team Sanity is playing the cautious game right now, and they're not just rushing in. Maybe having adding another roamer may help them, but again, I don't really know.
It seems that if BSC wants to win this, they probably have to play the anchor game and secure the objective and try not letting anyone in, especially because if they win this game, they win the whole thing. And Sanity, knowing this, is pulling out their skills. They're like, we're not done yet. You haven't seen all of our skill yet. They're trying to give us the run for our money, and it's very, very exciting. Assassin.
As you were saying, yeah, it is very exciting to see these players, take out all their skill and place it onto the board, and showing what they can actually do instead of, going another maybe 6-2. Definitely these players are doing a lot better than they were last map, maybe because this map's even better for them. I would like to see if they do win this, we get another map to watch and commentate, which leads us to more exciting new experiences, because I don't think any of these teams have played on Coastline. At least that's what I believe the third map was.
That's been banned all day, I believe. I've
According to the notes, we are going to Coastline on the next map, best 2 out of 3. So far, right now, the way that Team Sanity has been playing, they say that they're not done. Don't count them out yet. We just getting started. We got the Rockstars, the Monsters, and the Red Bulls out. We kicking it over Overdrive, and don't forget about us, because we just started.
You already know I'm sipping on that monster.
And Tombstone and Ramezi said that this might be their map. This might what they have the hugest advantage on, and this is just what they find really comfortable and being very methodical in what they're doing. But it seems that BSU is bouncing back, with IQ being the last, and everyone seemingly having no idea where she is. And Jay Skrillin commented that the BSU with castle placements, especially for what I think they do have, is because of the areas that they would let people with thermite in. And it seems that IQ is caught up in thinking that there's a roamer upstairs when everyone is downstairs, wasting time, but will take a shortcut down. Nope. Decides not to go down the hatch, but yet the stairs, jumps over the stairs, and will be taken out by the Legion, camping along the floor.
One thing that's going to be really important going forward is Team Sanity can't get too comfortable. BSU is a very strong team, and they will find ways to adapt to their play style, to Team Sanity's play. So don't get too comfortable. Keep changing it up. Although right now they're kind of playing the long game, they're playing pretty cautiously, and they're taking their time. They just need to not get too comfortable with that.
Yeah, it unlike Sanity last game, they know how to adapt on the fly, which has led them to their win, and especially because of them, they were able to secure another round win to stop their round streak for Sanity, and maybe this time, maybe they'll get another round, have a comeback, and something that might not be seen. Who knows? Their attacking might be as good or better than Sanity's on this one. It all depends, especially because right now they have 2 people with anti hard breaching, and 2 people, and 1 person with anti intel. It could go either way right now. I see they have a good lineup, and especially on the attacking, it's a good lineup too, with the Buck going for vertical play Jackal could go vertical play or take out roamers, and IQ could help by taking out many of the electric claws, utility, and uh, bandits car batteries. I see Sanity having a win here, but I feel that BSU could have a solid defense here, especially because I'm looking forward to seeing this because no one has picked this site today. This no one's picking customs or tellers today, and I want to see how this happens, how this works. What do you think, Assassin?
Just with the new site and all, I'm really trying to expecting a lot coming from the defenders and seeing how they hold this site. What floor was it on again?
They're on first floor.
First floor site, mostly vertical angles. If they can get off really great vertical angles and be able to hold the site from every angle possible, they will be able to lock it down very fast.
It seems they can be able to take out the Legion with a headshot. Maybe Sanity's gonna pull it through. Maybe they're gonna go 6-1. Who knows? Maybe they're better on defense, better than this, and they can possibly give BSU a hard time and have the match point on coastline. A give or take. Who knows who would win?
This is a very close match. This could go in either direction at this point.
That am I taking? Arcade going down, Jackal going down. It seems Sanity has got this under control and knows what they're doing. Bug's trying to get the vertical play on Mozzie. Will he be able to? Seems that he's cornered. Mozzie's down and he's dead. The last one's near detention and a secured win for Sanity.
Ooh. Flawless round.
The drop shot. With this last round, we become the switch afterwards. I feel that BSU might get a comeback from this. They might see, okay, last game was just a step back, and they were just getting a warm up into this feeling, playing with the new team, having 3 tries. Maybe they're gonna go add this, and they're gonna try harder. They're gonna try their best.
I think it's one of those things where this is their map. I think if anything shows from our last map, our last match, was that they weren't very comfortable with that map. I feel like they placed a lot of time and effort in this map, and it clearly shows because it looks like BSU is now the Sanity on this map. Right now it sounds like they're backpedaling, very similar to how we saw Team Sanity the map before. And now Team Sanity is like on the spotlight, has woken up, has addressed some of those concerns that we had on the first match of best 2 out of 3, and it looks like they're trying to secure this win to put us even 1-1 and take us over the coastline so we can do the final match point round. But what do you think, Assassin? Why is Team Sanity so different from earlier?
Well, I feel like how some people can feel comfortable in same maps, but I feel like Sanity is just in their how do I put it? In their
element?
That could be one way to say it. I was thinking of something different. But yes, they're definitely in their element.
Whoa,
they know what to
there's some
do.
toxicity in chat.
They're able to get everything done how they like it. They're able to plan everything out how they usually do. And they're just following each of their plans successfully. What do you think?
I don't know. From what we've seen from Team Sanity, like you said, previous games when they played on this map, they've been very good. They've been very skilled. So maybe it is just a case of they're more comfortable on this map versus the last map. I'm also interested to know if BSU is better at defending or attacking, because being down 3-1 right now, and they're going to be switching over to the attacking phase, I wonder if they're just going to take over at that point, or if Team Sanity can continue to hold it down.
It seems that Legion missed one of the attackers when he impacted the floor. He was really close to him, but he couldn't. He couldn't find him, and now it looks like he's being cornered into customs, being flashed. Someone rotating onto him while the others are on site, and Legion will be taken down by Buck. 3 of them all on site. The others are pushing up, deploying the nitro cell, not getting the kill. He is now cornered, or at least is getting cornered. Only with Goyo, he's on site. He's trying to defend. He's trying to anchor. Like I said, the best way right now is to play the anchor game. What do you think, Taz?
I'll jump in there real quick. I think the whole premises of being able to kind of just listen in and adjust fire is going to continue to be my namesake, my overall message, because you do great one round and more than likely you can't continue repeating that, and eventually somebody will find the flaw or somebody will figure out that algorithm, and you'll know right then and there what makes a good team from a great team, or what makes a bad team from a better team. And I think this time around, you can clearly see that the tables have been flip-flopped. Like, I don't even know this BSU. Like, I'm looking at BSU and I saw their previous matches and I was a part of commentating those previous matches, and they literally would train wreck their team that they were against, and I'm seeing the tables have really turned.
Yeah, I'm curious from you guys who were watching, who were commentating on the BSU's previous. Were they more of an attacking team as opposed to a defending team? I'm wondering if that's what's causing the issue right now, or if it's just straight up Team Sanity is just comfortable and taking over.
Honestly, I don't think I have a complete answer from that. From their previous match, it seems like they were a great attacking team. But we saw them defend against Team Sanity previous map, and they were phenomenal. So again, I think it really attributes to comfortableness of the map. Fuse, what do you think?
That BSC was a jack of all trades kind of team. They were good at defense and they had some flaws, but mainly they were good all around. It was just a good team, probably had a ton of coordination, and I feel like they were just doing good in general. But maybe it's the team they're going up against. Maybe they found a match. Maybe that they are just doing better, doing something better that they haven't, or maybe it's just because they're not on attacking. Attacking may be a like something that they're more comfortable with, especially with this map. What do you think, Assassin?
Like, some players can feel comfortable playing attacking or defending. Personally, I like to defend a lot better. But when it comes to attacking, it's quite slow for me. I don't really know what to do due to that. I don't really know how the other players think or how they would feel about certain places. So when it comes to like more areas that are, I would say, have more conflicts arise in them, it would be really hard to understand how the player is supposed to work in that environment.
It seems that the Ash is going to drone out to see the 2 people, or at least 3 people it looks, that are on the site. I think there's 2 roamers. It seems that they're bringing up their roam game this time around, especially because there's no Monty and they're feeling more comfortable. Legion is hiding on the site, and smoke will be taken out by the IQ. But IQ gets taken out by the bandit unsuspectingly, as does the sledge. Or was that sledge? Or sledge will get a kill. Um, but yeah, I think this round right here could go either way. Maybe BSU is getting in their element right now. Maybe they're doing better. Maybe they're trying to be vibe. Maybe they're trying to do as they were when playing with Ghost. What do you think, Taz?
I think that, I don't know. Team Sanity seems like they're on a high right now of confidence from winning 4 rounds so far. So I think they may be able to continue pulling it off. BSU is really going to have to do something to destroy that confidence to be able to pull off the win this match.
You think that if BSU starts to win, they would start to lose confidence in how they play and start to slip up in what they do?
Absolutely, and we noticed that last match as BSU was winning, Team Sanity kept making more and more mistakes. So they need to continue that confidence, or else it'll be a disadvantage to them.
As Jay Skrillin said, Sanity seems to be good at both attacking and defending as long as it's a map they're comfortable on. But that's the thing, is sometimes when you're playing a game, you don't get to choose what map you're on, and you just got to work with it, which goes against again with the flyby thing. Got to do things when it's there. You got to do things in the moment, and if you can't adapt to things really quickly, then it's gone. It's gone. You're not gonna do good, because not all the time you'll be in your comfort zone.
Now we'll see how BSU does on the attacking.
With match point,
Match
this
point.
this might be going to another game on Coastline with Team Sanity and BSU. Assassin?
What was your question again?
No, I'm saying, what do you think?
So as I think is that Sanity is holding the lead still very strong and firmly. So as to continue on with everybody else is saying, they're really comfortable in this map. They really know what they're doing. I feel like BS2 is a little bit falling behind, not really I would say predicting how well Sanity would play. BSU could be able to win this back, but at the same time, Sanity's still in their element. They still feel like they're doing a great job at what they're doing. They could probably end up this map pretty quickly, which leads us to going to game 3.
I hope that confidence continues on to the next match for Sanity, if they are able to pull off this win and move on to the next. As long as they have that confidence streak, they should be able. We've seen them dominate in the past, and I have no doubt they can continue to dominate. BSU is just a harder matchup for them, but they need to keep that confidence going. They can't lose focus. They can't let the little things bother them and strain their communication and their teamwork.
With the castle pick, I believe that they secured the win because of the castle plays that we've seen so far. I feel like it's gonna be good, and I feel that it's going to slow down the attacking team to the point where Sanity will get the win, and we'll go into Coastline. Maybe Coastline will be a flip-flop. Maybe it'll be who knows who wins that match. Maybe neither of them are comfortable with the map. Maybe none of them really practice on it, and maybe some of them just don't like the map.
And Assassin made a good point. We haven't really seen Coastline being played so far this tournament by either of these teams, so it'll be interesting to get a fresh look at it with these two teams to see how they fare.
The turnaround, BSU comes back with 4 people taken out. It's just Jaeger and the diffuser is planted. Can he make it? and BSU takes the win.
Tombstone asked a question, and I'll ask this to the three of you. We can start with Assassin first. How does BSU find their footing?
What was the question again? I couldn't hear you cut out.
How does BSU find their footing again? How do they get back into this?
Well, I just feel like they had saw something, like a weakness in their defense. So what they decided to do, as I saw the early smoke got taken out, I feel like smoke would have been a really great thing for them to have. So with that early pick, the attackers were able to, like BSU was able to get in there and do what they do. Um, just saying, finding a weakness in their defense gave them the lead.
I wouldn't be surprised if if BSU came up on top and went into overtime, especially if especially because of their attacking. That that it's an advantage for them, and I would love to see them win this task.
I think what they need to do to get their footing back or get it back into the game is exactly what they did last match. They ran like a well-oiled machine. Their call-outs were on point, their communication was on point. It seems like they were well versed in that map. I think they need to continue and bring that experience from the previous matches, from the previous games, and inject that into this scenario, and kind of take everything they did good, amplify it times 2, and at the same time cross communicate and figure out and self-adjust what they're doing. I think they'll be right back into the game. I mean, if you notice, they got 2 back on the actual scoreboard saying don't sell us short, we're not done yet. I mean, this is may not be our map, but we still got some skill on the board.
And coming in, you see people spawning in Weston Valley, rushing up. Maybe they're gonna go balcony. Maybe they're gonna do some vertical play. They're taking out both cameras, or it seems they're gonna rush some pillars as Ash and Nomad are, or going up to balcony, as I said. But it seems that their people are roaming upstairs, 3 people. But that could be a downside, as the attacking team could as well just go and push into sight, leaving those defenders vulnerable and leaving those defenders having to retake the map. What do you think?
As you were saying, the 2 people being left on site, it's not really a good thing to have, but at the same time, it's some choices that you actually have to make. Letting 3 people roam the map and say that it has control, but you also have to take the risk of thinking, hey, what if they just push site and not try to even try to take map? They just go straight for site.
Seems that they're trying to get some distractions, or trying to get a pick off a balcony with a long off his long. And near bus AC, it seems that Ash are trying to get some picks off, trying to go and do that vertical play once they get into the office. It seems that the whole attacking team is here, which is not good if they're trying to get map control. Someone should be downstairs, at least, if they want to surprise the enemy team, but it seems that they've driven away all the defenders onto site. How do you think this could end?
I think BSU can come back as long as they've... Team Sanity, for the most part, they play the same game. BSU just needs to be able to stop that in its track. And if they've been taking notes this whole time on how Team Sanity plays, I know they had a sub before this match, but they should be able to kind of read how they play and really take advantage of the situation. And it looks like they might.
and it seems they're going for the plant. Can they make it? And BSU make, and Thermite is taken out by the Legion. It seems that BSU could lose, and Team Sanity takes it. GG. Good game. Let's go to Coastline.
I'm very glad to see such an even matchup. It's great to see both of these teams fighting for the win and really trying hard to get those wins. It hasn't been an easy road for these matches for them. Kind of BSU had a pretty easy run up until they met up with Ghost last round, and Team Sanity pretty much demolished all the teams up to this point. So it's good to see them against a team at the same caliber as them and see how they rise to that challenge.
At this point, I can see Sanity or BSU taking the win, but I would really want to see BSU because I feel right now, after getting destroyed, I feel like BSU could be the underdog in the story.
Interjecting real quick, really good matchup between BSU and Team Sanity. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break while we adjust the match settings. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Go get a refill in your drink, go get some snacks, get something to munch on. Stay tuned, we'll be right back as we adjust the settings, get everybody a potty break, a break to stretch out. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.